It's time for conversations. Who? What? How? Why?
Don't judge me until you know me. Don't underestimate me until you challenge me. And don't talk about me until you talk to me. Or better yet, mind your business and stop minding mine.
What will be today's conversation? Understanding viewpoints, educating, and stimulating discussions. It's time to connect to T-Horne, your host. It's time for conversations.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Conversations with T-Horne Uncool with your host, yours truly, T-Horne Uncool. So today is Current Event Tuesday. It is our second Tuesday. Let's give it just a camera right quick. There we go. It is our second Tuesday of the month where we discuss current events and we bring in people of all types to talk about certain things that's going on in the world today. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that we want to talk about, staying current with everything that's going on. There's been stuff going on with the Olympics. There's been stuff going on with politics. There's been stuff going on with entertainment. And there's stuff going on that I just feel like people need to know about to stay current. With that being said, I have two guests today that are going to be featured today. We're going to bring one of those guests on right now, if we could. Hey, Mandy.
Hey, Terrence.
How you doing? So
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So as you guys see, we have Rude Gal. Let me say it right now, Rude Gal. Mandy.
You gotta pronounce the G.
Gotcha. You got her on the podcast today. And man, if you could just go ahead and explain to the viewers who you are, what you're about, and how you contribute to the conversation today.
Well, basically, my name is Ruth Gal Mandy. I'm a DJ here in Jacksonville. I DJ in the reggae community, the Jamaican dancehall community. I'm also a fully licensed cosmetologist. What I can bring to the podcast today is being that I'm a DJ and I have to kind of keep up with the music itself. And, I have a love for Vybz Kartel. Love that man since I was, younger. I've been following up with his court situation and everything that was going on, and also with his health also, so I can contribute to that. And I'm a nerd, so you already know I'm gonna sit there and talk about the Deadpool situation. Definitely have to talk about Deadpool.
Okay, of course. And with that being said, let's go ahead and talk. Let's list the topics we'll talk about tonight. So the first topic we're gonna be going in is on Kamala Harris running for president. We're gonna talk about that because a big current event just happened with Joe Biden stepping down and Kamala Harris stepping up. With her being a Black woman and representing the Democratic Party, that's a big thing that's shaking the nation right now. The second thing, as Mandy stated before, the release of Vybz Kartel. So I'm gonna say this. Before my wife and I got married, I was never into reggae, Caribbean, or island music, but being with her has opened my eyes up to a lot of stuff. And apparently, there was an artist by the name of Vybz Kartel who was arrested for, right? There we go. Who was arrested for murder. And he had been in prison for some years. And recently, he's been released, which has been a big deal for the reggae, Caribbean, and island community. Our third topic we're talking about is Deadpool and Wolverine being the #1 movie in the world. As you guys know, me being a nerd, I'm really going to go in on that one because I know I love my Marvel movies and stuff like that. And the fourth and last thing is going to be the hilarious antics of the 2024 Paris Olympics. These Olympics have been crazy. I mean, they've been good. The competition has been great, but there's been a lot of hilarious moments that really, really, really are shocking me and keep me laughing. So with that being said, Kamala Harris. So Mandy, with you being in, and I'm trying to find the proper way to pronounce this because I want to do a podcast solely on this topic. So when I say reggae, when I say Caribbean, when I say island culture, first of all, what is the proper terminology for addressing your culture?
Basically, Caribbean.
It's Caribbean?
Because, if you think about it, like I'm Guyanese, yeah, because remember I'm Guyanese, so my country is not from an island. My country is South American, but being that it's part of the Caribbean Sea, it's connected to Caribbean Sea, and we have the capital of the Carib in my country. We're still considered Caribbean. I'm not West Indian. I'm Caribbean. So it's
Gotcha.
more considered as Caribbean islands and more West Indies when it's used only with the islands itself.
Okay, cool. But with that being said, I know for a fact your culture or religion doesn't really let you dwell in American politics. Is that correct?
No, I'm Rastafarian. That's why I can't dwell in politics.
Oh, okay. I can understand that. I just want I'm getting updated in the culture, so forgive me, okay?
It's
I
okay.
just watched I just watched the Bob Marley movie One Love and learned a little bit about Rastafari. So I'm studying Rastafari right now, the culture and everything, what it's about and everything. So I understand you probably don't pay attention, but the question I have to ask, with you being a black woman, how personally would you feel and living in America? How personally would you think it would? How can I say this? What kind of effect do you think that would have on the country as a whole? If I can ask that.
I mean, I could speak on certain key points to it. I
Mhm.
can't really talk too much about everything that's going on in it because I'm not really paying too much to the politics. But being on Facebook and on social media, scrolling, you do end up seeing and reading certain things. Um, for me, if I talk about anything, it'll be Project 2025.
Mhm.
As a woman, I see that it's stripping our rights even more, per se. It's bad enough that they're already saying that, I think they said something about even if you have a medical reason, you can't even have an abortion. Like you can have an ectopic pregnancy, and instead of removing the pregnancy, you're just gonna have to die. That's not cool. Like there's people
That's the
that
thing.
get raped. There's women that get raped. There's women that have they use protections. They take the measures, but sometimes things don't work, and then you have an unplanned pregnancy. And to sit there and force something on somebody, especially in this economy now, where it costs too much just to eat. Just
Right.
going grocery shopping. I just went grocery shopping the other day, and 2 bags of nothing cost me $70. We're back
You
in the
sound
days,
like
and I
my wife. You sound just like my wife.
we're we're back in the days. I used to fill up a shopping cart, and it'd be like $100. So it's like in this economy, you can't really force us to, as women, to take on roles that we cannot afford.
Got
Those
you.
are
I got you.
expensive.
Yeah.
And if
And that,
you are not in a financial situation, I mean, things happen and sometimes you have to go with the flow, but the way how things are going now, jobs are not paying enough and everything is going up. And we're at the point now where a lot of people have to, move in with friends and family and shack up and all types of stuff in order to afford to live, even in a 1 bedroom.
right. It's
So to sit
to,
there and
no, go ahead, finish up.
mhm,
Go ahead, finish.
I was going to say, to sit there and force extra responsibilities on an already stressed out society is unfair.
So from what it seems like to me, yeah, I kinda agree with you. So Kamala Harris has stepped up to run for president for the Democratic Party and stuff like that. But you being a Rastafari, I know you guys don't really pay attention much to politics and stuff like that. But one thing I can agree with you on, it doesn't matter if it's the Republican candidate Donald Trump or the Democratic candidate Kamala Harris. It's basically be the same results. You know what I'm saying? Inflation's gonna still go up. It's still gonna be harder and stuff like that and everything. And it's just like, all you're doing is putting the face on the problems. Seems like, So I mean, really, no matter who you vote for, it's gonna be bad unless somebody steps up change. I was thinking of the fact that okay, maybe because this is a black female president, that maybe there'd be some sympathy there, maybe there'd be some change and stuff like that. But at the same time, um, with that being said, I done heard something about Kamala Harris about her locking up people or her really not caring about, black people as a whole. Oh, yeah, shout out to Sky Reese, thanks for love. Well, actually, Sky Keys, it's Sky Keys, not Sky Reese, Sky Keys, the K. I'm sorry, my Mandy. Real shout out to Sky Keys real quick. Actually, I'm wearing one of her shirts right now. Believe it or not, she actually made this shirt for me with her brand and stuff like that. Shout out to Sky Keys like that. But as I was saying, it doesn't really matter what political candidate goes in the office. I don't see any type of change because I've heard a lot of bad stuff from Kamala Harris and stuff like that. So we'll just see how it goes. Let me ask you this: with you being Rastafarian, you don't vote, do you?
No,
You don't vote at all. Do you think?
no.
How do you feel about people voting in general? Do you feel like it makes a difference?
I mean, even before I was a Rasta, from where I'm from, and growing up in the hood and being in the hood all my life, I
Mhm.
never really see any of the changes that they state that's supposed to affect all people. I see it affecting more of the middle class and the upper class, the middle upper class. But when it comes to the middle lower and the lower class, we don't really see the changes. We're still bottom of the barrel. I,
Mm.
I see I see United States like a caste system. I don't know if you're familiar with the caste system.
Mm-mm. Tell me
So
about
where
it.
you have, all right, I used to love social studies when I was a kid. So in India, they used to have a caste system. So you have the higher upper class, which will be like the rich people. Then you have the middle class, just like us, where you'll have like the working people. They just do enough. Then you have the lower class, which will be the poor people. But then you'll have the untouchables,
Mm-hmm.
and the untouchables are like our homeless. If they really wanted to sit there and really make a change for the United States as a whole, first and foremost, all this money that they have to sit there and spend unnecessarily, like you see with the Jaguar Stadium. How
Mm-hmm.
many billions are they putting into that stadium right now? And you have how many people sleeping outside in the street?
Right. That's a good point.
The government does everything to benefit the government at the end of the day. That's how I feel. I don't see them doing anything that actually benefits the people that help to fund everything because everybody pays taxes, right?
Right.
Where does your tax money really go to besides funding the military and in my opinion, for them to go and bully another country and force them into doing what the United States wants to do because they want your oil or want whatever resources that you have, or they just want to sit there and force their beliefs on another country because half the time that's what it is, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't sit there and put no funding towards fixing your own internal issues. The United States has a lot of internal issues. The United States is in a lot of debt.
Right.
And when it comes to the elections, another reason, even when I was younger, before I became a Rastafarian, I never really sat there and cared about the political figures of the Democratic or the Republican side because to me it's all a show. From what I've seen with Kamala Harris, you had Megan Thee Stallion twerking for a political campaign.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense to me. What does that do besides make it look so ghetto? Because you want to sit there and appeal to us so much that you sit there and, in a sense, it still degraded us because you make it seem like, oh, we can't do anything unless it sounds like Sexy Red. You have to make us feel like you understand us more, but outside of the things that we enjoy.
Right.
Everybody enjoys a little bit of outside, but once you go back home, you still have to deal with your reality. Make my reality make sense. Don't sit there and entertain me with things just to sit there and throw me off and be like, oh yeah, she's cool. I'll vote. That's not going to do it for a lot of people. And the whole thing is, from like I said, from following people on Facebook and seeing their views and how they feel about things, people are tired of being used that way, where they feel like the only way you can appeal to black people is by putting on a show.
Right. That's a good point. It's like stop trying to show you understand us by entertaining us and show you understand us by helping us with our problems because you can entertain us all day, but like you said, when you go back home, it's back to reality. We set them problems to face. We don't care about being entertained. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that the gimmick that you can entertain a black person to keep them happy. That's not what it is. We have problems and we want the problems to be solved. We've been waiting for problems to be solved since Barack Obama was in office, and the problems still haven't been solved yet. So, but we got a question up on the screen. Are we just supposed to jump on the Kamala Harris train because she is new? First of all, I don't think so. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I heard that Kamala Harris was running for president, the black man in me was like, oh, okay, we got another African American, politician running for office. But at the same time, when I did look at the history and saw her track record, you know what I'm saying, I had to really think, is she really good for the nation? I mean, Trump is a really good too, really good either. But it's like you're trying to figure out which is the worst of two evils at this point. You know what I mean? So, and even with Joe Biden, a lot of people gave Joe Biden a bunch of crap and everything because he was old and stuff like that and everything. But I don't know, these politicians, like I'm still waiting for a politician to really step up to the plate and really make a difference in the issues of today, like for real, for real. Especially with me as a black man. I'm not saying just black people issues, but we've been waiting for a long time for some change to happen. The change ain't came yet. So I don't believe people are jumping the train because she's new. I just think right now you have to find the lesser of two evils because either way, one of them is going to be president. So you got to decide which one you want. You know what I'm saying? You want the guy who's a celebrity, who's the felon and all that stuff, or you want the lady who basically has no remorse and not giving chances, locking people up like clockwork, and trying to appease and prove to black people that she really is black. I don't know which one we're gonna go to, but you gotta choose one. You feel me? How you feel about it, Mandy?
I feel like people forget this that there's more than one, two, not even one.
Hmm.
There's more than two political parties. It's just that it's always overstressed about the Democrats and Republicans, but everybody forgets about the liberalists, the conservatives, and everybody else. Cornell West. Everybody, if anybody remembers about Cornell West has been an advocate for people. I'll say the minorities, because when I say minorities, I don't just sit there and think like us. I say minorities in the sense of people who are low income and people who are struggling, people who want to see the change, people that need to see the change, not just appeasing to the people that has the courts for it. The sad thing about the fact that it's always just based on Democrats and Republicans, because these parties, these leftover parties that actually could have, and we'll never know, possibly good future presidents to sit there and run the country, but they don't have the funds for their campaign in order to sit there and be more broadband.
Mm.
Did you know that Cornel West was also on the ballot?
See, I didn't know that because they pushed the Republican and Democratic parties so much. I knew there was other parties out there, but it's kind of an out of sight, out of mind thing. They're not pushing the liberalist parties, not
And
pushing
that's
conservative parties like that. So you don't think about those candidates at all. All you think about is the Democrat and Republican. It's like I knew in the back of my mind, but it never crossed my mind as far as, okay, hey, there are other candidates out there. We just focusing on these two because I guess that's the push agenda of the media and the government and stuff like that. Right, we got another statement. It said the
yeah,
president can only do so much. They need to be able to rally the politicians to be on the same page. I agree with that. The president gonna do so much. There's only one person, but we need to make sure we have a politician that really has a heart for the people and isn't just saying that to get votes. And then you got to have a person that can make such a move in the political office that you can get the people to be in the same mind frame, like you're saying. But the problem is the government and the politicians, they're so worried about themselves. From what I see, being a middle class individual, from what I see, they're so worried about themselves and cutting themselves tax breaks and looking out for the people who have the money and who are living a certain lifestyle that I believe is hard for the politicians to get on the same page with that. There may be some that really believe like, hey, I want to make a difference, but I believe majority of them, a big majority, only focus on themselves and keeping themselves rich. So they say keeping the rich rich and keeping the poor poor. That's how I feel about it. But let's cut that short because we're actually you feel the same way. Well, with that being said, we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? With Kamala Harris and President Trump, stuff like that. But let's move on to a conversation I really want to get in contact. I mean, get it, a conversation with you about. Like, you ready? The host of the Vibes Cartel. So before we get into that, I want to announce real quick that this is our second Tuesday of the month where we focus on current events. On the fourth Tuesday, we're doing the Being Uncool with T-Horne. The whole point of that Tuesday is for me to nerd out, talk about things I like, want to talk about, and things that influence me and stuff like that and everything. So this fourth Tuesday, I will be talking about the Caribbean culture. And since I became a part of it, I mean, as far as listening to music, as far as being in events, how has that changed with me? And I'm inviting Rue Gal Mandy back out along with some other people who can talk on that. With that being said, that's why I want to make sure we hit the Vibes Cartel situation because it's a big deal. Like, it really is a big deal in the Caribbean community. I was surprised at how big of a deal it was because, like I said, I've been a gospel hip hop rapper and a positive hip hop rapper the majority of my life and everything. And so I focus on conscious hip hop, gospel hip hop, R&B, all the generic stuff that you would expect me to listen to. You know what I'm saying? So when me and my wife started dating, she introduced me to Caribbean music, and at first I was like, I don't want to listen to that. I can't vibe that. But as time went on, I started to vibe, and then now I listen to almost nothing but that. You know what I mean? I go to the events, meet cool people and stuff like that. And the thing that caught my attention about the Caribbean culture is the level of peace that these people have. I go to their events, and it's totally different from hip hop events. We have to worry about the negativity of fighting and cussing, people, shooting the club up and this and that. It's just all peace and all respect and all love, which we'll talk about on another episode. But I'm bringing up Vibes Cartel, who got released, because the way the Caribbean community celebrated his release was so amazing to me. You might as well thought Nelson Mandela had got out of jail. the way they celebrated him. And it's crazy because being a hip hop head, I think about when people like Lil Wayne got out of jail, or Kodak Black got out of jail, or artists who have been in the hip hop community got out of jail. That's a big deal. Like, oh yeah, so and so out of jail, but that was it. We like, okay, you out of jail when the next album coming out. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Vibes Cartel, it was a big deal because it was like Superman had got released from jail or something like that, and like, okay, he's back to save the day. And then to see the work he's done, because like I said, I've been listening to Caribbean music and everything, and to see the work this man put in from before he went to jail to even while he was in jail, I'm like, how is this man in jail still making music videos? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a big deal. But the main thing is the love and support that came from the Caribbean community because of his release and everything like that. And I know for a fact you can say a lot about that because you actually been a fan of Vibes Cartel for a long time. So go ahead and give me a spiel. Go ahead. I know you will be waiting.
Yes, back when I was in high school, that was my husband. Okay, my little husband back in high school. But yeah, before when he was locked up for 13 years, and when he first went in, I used to follow the trials and everything. I think he had. It's been a minute. I gotta scratch the brain. I don't remember how many court dates he had, but I used to follow the trials, and he
was in for a murder charge, right?
Yeah, he allegedly killed somebody named Lizard, another artist named Lizard.
Okay. So like you said, allegedly. Allegedly. And like I said, I don't know the big details behind it, but it's the fact that
it was mostly it's mostly beef. Mostly
so
beef. A lot of it be sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's just a matter of disrespect. There was a time when I don't know if since you started following, I don't know if you've seen when Vibes Cartel and Ninja Man had Sting and they got into it. Sting is a stage show that they have in Jamaica where the artists will go up there and they'll like, which I would call like a rap battle. They'll have like, a song to song battle. And sometimes, somebody might snatch the mic and, get a little.
So it's like the versus battles they have on YouTube like that.
Yeah, but it's a stage show. Okay. So it'll be like a concert. So okay. Sometimes they'll just start off with, going back and forth in songs, like Movado and Cartel and Ninja Man and Cartel, Bounty Killer and Cartel went back and forth a little bit too. And sometimes it gets a little personal, and catching people outside and starting fights and stuff, because Jamaica is a fun but a rough place at the same time. If you go into the right place at the wrong time, you'll be the right victim. Right. So I guess they had got into it. I don't remember fully because it's been a long time. This is talking about my teens now. Okay. Well, not my teens, well, into my 20s. I'm well into my 30s now. So it makes me scratch my brain and really think about everything that happened. I don't remember the full details, but I remember that it was more his people versus Lizard's people type of situation. But just because it was said that he was the one that allegedly called the hit or was the one that did the hit, he's the one that got arrested. So he was fighting it for the last 13 years.
I'm in control. So they basically just locked him up because they say he called the hit. There's no proof that he actually physically killed this man. Uh-oh. Am I going too deep? I just want the tea. I'm trying to figure it out.
I think it was more of a kind of witness type of situation.
So I
don't think it was a witness type of physical situation. There was also physical proof, but being that the court had ran so long, after a while, sometimes physical proof starts to become inadequate.
Right. Okay.
So
with that being said, I got a question real quick. I was talking with my wife about this, and I know everybody get tired of bringing my wife to my podcast, but I love her, so deal with it. Uh,
I love her too. Okay.
right. So me and my wife were talking, and she was excited herself that Vibes Cartel got released from prison and stuff like that. And I was like, did he actually do it? Did he actually kill the dude? And she was like, nobody knows. It's alleged and stuff like that and everything. So my question is this: with you being a part of the Caribbean community and you being Rastafari and stuff like that, my question would be this, and it's kind of controversial, but I gotta ask it for the podcast. If this man did kill Lizard allegedly, do you think it's proper to still support him with him being an artist and him being a murderer at the same time? What are your thoughts on that?
I
I'm not
mean,
trying to make it no
for
corner. I'm just
me,
asking questions.
for me, I don't know him personally. I respect him as an artist. You got to sit there and think about it. Like, I see it like this: how many people still respect R. Kelly and love his music, and he sat there and was fondling, the underage.
That's a good point. That's a very good
So
point.
the whole thing is, we might not know the artist personally on that type of level to sit there and be like, oh well, he did this. We don't know the ins and outs of his situation. Nobody really knows what was going on that caused him to sit there and catch that charge. Nobody knows the back scenes besides him and his people and them and their people. So I respect him as an artist. And he's big in the dancehall community because he helped to push it more to what it is. A lot of the songs and the way how a lot of these artists now present their music is all influenced by Cartel.
Hmm. Okay, I can say this for myself listening to Vibes Cartel. There's a lot of songs. I know he did a lot of songs with Spice. I know he got the little summertime video. There's a lot of songs. I mean, this man got so much music. I can't really even pop in my head one song. I got so much I can think about right now. But from what I got from him, and this is why I pushed the narrative so far that the Caribbean, even though we're talking about, a murder charge, we're talking this man going to prison and stuff like that. I can still push the narrative of peace, and it makes me even question if things happen the way they did. Like, I hear this man's music, and all this man talk about, is love. All this man talk about is peace and good times, having fun and stuff like that and everything. And I don't really see anything. Not saying he doesn't have music. Obviously I haven't heard anything. I don't. But from what I've heard, I don't see how anyone who makes music the way he makes it could be a murderer or could be in a position where they just had a murderous mindset. Maybe being pushed, maybe being tried, maybe being, pushed to the limit. I can see that because that's anybody. Anybody you push them to the limit too much, they're gonna snap. That's what it is, you know what I'm saying? But when I hear this man's music as an artist and me open up my ears, my mind to Caribbean music, like you said, you have to respect this man as an artist because though he may have went to prison for this thing, that's not what his music promotes. His music promotes something totally different from what I've heard so far. And see, there you go.
Yeah.
Because but even with if there is music that promotes that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I believe it's not for the narrative of making people think like, okay, you need to be like most of the hip hop artists where you be on this shoot, bang, bang, kill them stuff. It's more talking about human nature. When I get mad or when I'm doing this or you try me, this is what happens. That's just human nature. Not a narrative of pushing like you need to go kill people or you need to do this and that. You know what I mean? It's more of a human nature talk because
Yeah.
that's a human emotion. If that makes sense. So
I
my
mean, when
next,
it comes to
go ahead.
uh,
Go ahead.
I was say
I'm
when it
always
comes to
bad.
Cartel in the dance hall community, so it's like artists have like gun song, they got yell song, they got like dancing songs and stuff like that. So it's different genres within the genre. So yeah, Cartel does have gun songs. He got one song, then why so why army so miss something me army. Yeah.
Got you.
So it's like, but everybody has that. Movado got songs like that where he sits there and sings to the women. He got songs where the gun songs is more appealing to the men. So
But I don't think
it's not
a
to sit
narrative
there and
push.
say that, oh, huh?
But I said I don't think even
Say
with
that
them
one more
having
time.
songs about stuff like that, I don't think it's a narrative push. It's different from hip hop or different from songs of today where they're trying to get people to be violent. I don't think this is a like when it comes to Caribbean community, Vibes Cartel, Movado, any artist you want there. I don't think it's a narrative push to push like, hey, let's push this gangster agenda. I just think they're talking about life in general. And the thing is, a lot of people who listen to hip hop will probably say, "What's the same thing with hip hop?" I bet it's different. I bet with hip hop, there's a message you're trying to push, you're trying to influence. But with stuff like the Caribbean music and stuff like that, because I've heard some gunplay songs like that and everything, but I never got the idea or got the feeling that they were trying to push this gangster narrative and stuff like that. Does that make sense in a way?
It's because the kind of music that we have, even if the words are violent, the energy is not. If you like, when I attempt, strong word, when I attempt to go to American clubs, I feel my energy being drained because it's like you can feel the animosity and the anger, especially God forbid some Boosie play, I'm ready to leave.
You can
feel like when people you can feel when people start really feeling the lyrics a little bit too much. And now you looking around because you had a problem with this person a few weeks ago. Now this song, you singing the song at them. Now there's a fight, there's a shootout, all types of business. But in the Caribbean community, it's like, even though we'll all sing along. We'll sit there and hear any song play. We'll all sing along. We'll all dance and still have a good time. Because at the end of the day, we don't come outside because of all the money we spend. We spend money on an outfit. You got to pay $30, $40, $50 to get through the door. You got to put gas in your car. You got to spend another $100 to start drinking. Then you got to sit there and make sure you can find your way back home. All that money we spending, we're not going to sit there and do all of that to mess up a party. We don't want to go home. We're not trying to go home till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
We like to sit there. We go outside to have fun, have drinks, and go home. We don't go outside to have fun, get drinks, get mad, and do extra stuff. It's just not. It's not for us. We're too. I gotta find the word, but.
Well, while you find that word, let me shout out real quick to the Them Your Kids podcast. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. But go ahead, Mandy.
We're just too into the fun of it to sit there and make it more miserable. The only miserable people you'll see that come outside are just the people that come outside to watch. We call them. We sit there and say they come outside and preach. They just come outside to see what's going on and maybe sit there and say something about somebody amongst themselves, but they don't start any issues at that time. You know, this is just regular stuff. But every time I go to the American clubs, I feel like I got to fight for my life. I don't like that.
And you know what?
I don't like that at all.
So funny because before I started going to these events, I was so against going to them because of the fact that what you're saying, the stereotype of American clubs and hip hop clubs, the fighting, if you step in my shoes, I got to shoot you. Or the disrespect where men going around touching women on their backsides without their permission and stuff like that, or they're getting too drunk, getting crazy. It was so much negativity tied to the club scene that I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna mess with that and everything. But I was influenced, like, hey, give it a try and this and that and everything. And when I started, I was still in that little bubble, like, I'm waiting for. I was on security mode the whole time. I couldn't even enjoy myself, like, hey, I'm waiting for the next bull crap to pop off. You know what I mean? But as time went on, I started to notice the peace and the positivity, and that it's just about having fun. Nobody's worried about who got the best outfit. Nobody's worried about disrespecting nobody. Nobody's worried about stealing nobody's girl. Nobody's worried about nothing. People just come out there to have general fun. So when you hear the songs that talk about, even the gunplay and stuff like that, it's not a thing like, now I'm getting turned up now I want to shoot somebody. It's just, this is a good song. We singing, blah, 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 this, that, and everything. But even though the song's talking about this, we can still have fun, still have a good time, still be at peace because this is the energy we're spreading. And that's what gets me about the Caribbean community so much now, to a point where I love that job now. So when I seen everybody celebrating Vybz Kartel coming out of jail, I was like, wow, this is crazy, because they didn't do that for Lil Wayne. They didn't do that for any artist going to jail. It's like, okay, this man was in jail for 13 years. Now, let's support him and get him back to the positive energy he was promoting, because that's what all this community is about, is being positive, building each other up. Yes, we have our negative times. Yes, we have our times we can get real gangster if we need to and stuff like that and everything. But the main thing is positivity, because even those negative aspects are facets of life, let's just focus on the positive aspects. And that's why I love going to these events now. The rum and jerk. What else I'll be going to now? My wife is going to every Thursdays. Stress-free Thursdays, the phone parties, the water gun parties. Shout out to all DJs who I've met. DJ Nate, DJ L, DJ Angelo, Mixmaster Prince, DJ Whistler, DJ City Pimp. All these people, and there's more people, but those are ones top of my head. DJ PLO. make it such a good time and such good energy to the point where I understand why the support of Vibes Cartel is so big. Because now we can spread some of this positive energy and have some more fun up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with
That's
it.
why you keep hearing everybody saying while Vibes Cartel is out that Dan Paul gonna get nice again because Vibes Cartel is he's a lyricist. He's not just just a regular artist that just writes down anything like a lot of these artists is, and the beat just sound nice and then everything gets thrown together. Vibes Cartel actually he's like the Tupac.
Right. It's Tupac.
He's like because remember Tupac is a poet and a lyricist.
Right. One of the best poets and lyricists.
So exactly. So when you sit there and if you really pay attention to Vibes Cartel's wordplay, it's ridiculous.
Gotcha.
It's
Big
ridiculous.
shout out. I just saw it in the comments. It ain't popped on the screen, but I saw it in the comments. What's up, Uncle P? I shout out my Uncle P real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's my wife's uncle, and he basically been a big influence on my music and stuff like that. So shout out to him and everything. But back to what I was saying. I mean, it's like I don't know, man. The Caribbean move, Vibes Cartel, all that stuff and everything. It's just affected me in a positive way, and I see how people respond and how people support, and it just influences me. I just wish, let's put it this way, the way the Caribbean community supports Vibes Cartel, if people in general could just support each other in that way, if people in general could support each other as much as the way the Caribbean community supports each other, there would be a lot less problems. Oh, here's a question. And Manny, I know a little bit about that, but I want you to get into details about it. Why did they release Vibes Cartel from prison?
So they released him because he had gotten appeal, and when they did the appeal, as I said earlier, the evidence that they had was no longer viable. So being that they can't sit there and try to trial him again without the proper evidence, they had to release him because there was nothing else. Plus, also they also had to release him because of his current medical condition. I don't know if you're familiar, but he has Graves' disease. The same thing that Miss Young had, but she was able to catch hers early, where she was able to be treated. If you actually look at a picture of Vibes Cartel before he went to prison compared to a picture of how he looks now, his face is extremely swollen. One of his eyes, he already has a Graves eye, so one of his eyes is already puffy, where his eyes kind of look bulged a little bit, and his stomach is kind of extended. So if you don't know what Graves' disease is, it's kind of like a thyroidism type of situation where his thyroid might be under or overactive, but it also messes with the bloodstream and a few other things also. So hopefully now that he's out, because he was kind of like nearly dying in there. The Jamaican jail system is not like the best. The way how everybody in the United States is a little spoiled with certain things. Even though you're in prison, you still get taken care of just a little bit better than other countries. So where he was, they weren't giving him the medical attention that he needed. So being that
it can't be reversed at that point. So they can be reversed.
It can, but he just has to get treatment, and he has to consistently keep up with it.
Gotcha. Understood. So
I don't know if.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to behave myself. I don't know if the hospitals in Jamaica are all the way up to par when it comes to the medications for Graves' disease, because certain places don't see certain things. So I don't know if he'll be able to get the type of treatment he needs all the way. Hopefully he will, being that his wife is from the UK. Maybe she could sit there and import a doctor or get somebody to actually give him the full treatment that he needs. This way he can continue to, see his kids, be able to grow up with his kids and his grandchildren also, because Vibes Cartel is grandfather. Mm-hmm. He's actually in his 50s. No, I don't think you know that. I think he's like 50, 51.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so hopefully he gets the treatment that he needs.
I got two questions regarding his treatment and regarding his future outlook and stuff like that and everything. The first one, so I won't forget, is focused on his treatment. So, like I told you, I literally just saw the movie, One Love, the Bob Marley movie, and I got insight on, a little more insight what's going on with Bob Marley and stuff like that. Because like I said, I knew about Marley, but I wasn't a big in the Caribbean community. I didn't know that much until the movie, and it made me really start looking into, the disease he had and, what he was trying to do with his music and the Rastafarian culture and stuff like that and everything. But Bob Marley went out because he caught cancer, correct? And when he went out, he was at the happiest career. He was promoting peace, love, and all that stuff that I praise the Caribbean community's music for putting out. Talking about Bob's Cartel being in prison for 13 years and having Graves' disease, Lord forbid, but let's just say hypothetically, Bob's Cartel passed away because he didn't get the treatment and stuff like that and everything. Do you feel like it would be like reliving a Bob Marley moment all over again, where you had this big star that was making an impact in the community, and then they were taken away due to a disease because it got too bad for them?
Definitely, and it'll be even worse for the simple fact that the police system in Jamaica is horrible. Horrible. So it would have been a lot of blame getting thrown around. It'd probably been a lot of rioting, a little bit of war down there, possibly because the whole country knew his state. Everybody knew his medical state.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew his medical state. Everybody knew that he was sick in there, and they knew that he wasn't getting any treatments. They knew the condition of his cell. His cell conditions were horrible. So It's almost like they knew who he was, and they were purposely keeping him sick. They weren't even trying. They didn't bother to sit there and clean up his environment to make sure that he didn't get worse. They didn't bother to sit there and ensure that he was receiving medical treatments or anything. They just had him out there. So if he would have passed away, it would have been a big problem, because, like I said, Bob's Cartel is really big when it comes to dancehall, because he kind of is like the actual king of the dancehall. The women love him. The men love him for the gunplay music, and he just brings a happy vibe. And like I said, he's a straight lyricist. So, and also, like I said, a lot of the artists that came after him some of them were grandfathered by him. Alkaline and Popcorn came in under him. So but, he even brought some people.
Andy, before you get into that, let me pause you. Stay right there. But it's time to bring our next guest on. So let's go ahead and bring our next guest on real quick so we can get part of the conversation. Deacon, what's up, man?
Yo, what's going on?
How you doing, boss man? Been a long time.
Hey, man, all is well. I can't complain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Deacon, real quick, me, as you know, we got Mandy. I know you know Mandy. I know y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, what's going on?
Me and Mandy been talking about.
I miss you, Deacon. How you been?
Hey, man, I miss you too, man. You come vibe out with us sometime. You don't slide through like you used to.
I see you at D's Lounge now. You don't do karaoke over there about real things. So I'm gonna come check you out.
No, I still do real thing on Friday. I do karaoke at D's on Sundays.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna come see you.
Side conversation, Mandy. I told you he's still DJ at Real Thing. I told you, didn't I tell you?
Somebody else told me that City Pimp was doing the karaoke. That's why I got confused. I don't know. I don't go to Deacon anymore. The only time I used to go was because of Deacon.
No, I'm still there every Friday.
So, Deacon, real quick, can you tell people who are watching who you are, what you do, and how you think you could benefit in the conversation?
Let's see. For starters, my name is Deacon the DJ. Some people call me Mr. Pump It and Dump It. I still have the show in the tuck. It's just that you know how all of the copyright rules and everything changed up, and it kind of changed the way I have to do the show now. So now I'm trying to find a way to do the show where it'll still make sense for the artist, and I won't have to worry about getting kicked off every couple minutes or whatever. So I might end up bringing the show back like on a Twitch or something like that.
Got you. Real quick, who don't know what we're talking about, because obviously I know, because I'm in Duval, which is like that. Could you explain to viewers what Pumping and Dump It was or what it is?
Okay, so Pumping and Dump It is it was a show where I let artists pretty much from around the world send in their music, and they were heard by pretty much people around the world, and people would either comment whether they liked it, or if they didn't like it, then we would take it down. And it was a real interactive show, because you got to get the real gist of what people thought of your music, not just your yes man. If it was bad, they definitely said it was bad. If it was good, though, they would definitely let you know it was good. So the show was good all the way around. Right now, I'm more affectionately known as the king of karaoke because I'm doing karaoke all over the place. So Yeah, right now that's the movement right now. We try to do karaoke a couple more nights a week if possible, or something like that.
That's what's
as long
up.
as it makes sense.
I remember when I was doing Christian hip hop, man, and I met Deacon way back when we used to work at GE Oil and Gas Goods, as a matter of fact. And I told him I was a Christian hip hop artist, and I heard about his show and everything. So I'm like, before I try to get on the show, let me watch it and see what happens. So I watched. I did on Facebook Live one day. I was watching stuff like that and everything. And the way people was going in on people's songs, I'm like, nah, I'm scared. I ain't put my they was going in.
Hey man, I tell you what. One thing about that show, boy, it made more janitors than
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely made people change their profession. Like, okay, this music thing just ain't for me, because
right.
Yeah. But it was some artists that every time it was some artists that you could see the progression in them getting better from the feedback. Because I had one artist that he relentlessly came on every week because he got dumped every week, and then the progression of his music started picking up and getting better and better and better until one day he got pumped, and then every time he came on after that he got pumped. So you literally could see the progression in his music. Like you could see, oh, okay, he getting better. Okay, he getting better. And then the crowd and the crowd, as they watching, they were saying, okay, you getting better, but this still not it. And then you will see people pay like, okay, this is good, but your wordplay wasn't this, or this is good, but you picked the wrong beat. Like, so he was taking the criticism and installing it into his craft, and then he came and he got that first pump, and then he came back, got another one and another one and another one. I was like, okay, so he listened and got better. And then you had some people who just that first dump, they was like, oh man. Yeah, and the funny thing was they would blame me specifically. Oh, you a crab, man! You hating on us. I'm like, you know, I didn't dump the song. Like the crowd dumped the song.
Bad at people's opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm here to facilitate. I wasn't here.
I can't help this what happened.
Right. So some people just didn't make the best of the opportunities.
Well, Deacon, real quick, I know you came in late, but we got like 5 minutes until our break. We'll take a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back for the next hour. But before we go to our break, me and Mandy were talking about the subject of Vybz Kartel being released from prison.
Yeah, that's real dope that they actually gonna let him out, especially.
Well, he's already out. He's free. He's already out.
Oh, he out already? So he was gone 13 years or something like that.
13 years.
Yeah,
they let him out the day before Jamaican emancipation.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is real crazy. But I'm nothing but blessings to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he finna get out and get straight back to work. I'm sure that we finna hear a lot of vibes.
He never stopped working. He was working out of prison. What you gotta say, man?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He dropped a 12-track album first day out. So he dropped 2 albums, matter of fact, first day out.
Oh wow.
So he got one album that's strictly based off of being in and getting out of prison, and then another album that he got is more towards the dancehall scene. So yeah, that man's always working.
Yeah.
He actually.
I mean, especially when you got time to think like that, you're gonna come out and you gonna hit the ground running.
Right. No,
you got time to think like that. You can come out and hit the ground running.
I'm gonna say this because I just don't understand it. This was the last 5 minutes for a break. I don't understand because I haven't been to jail before. I ain't been to prison, but I've been to jail before. And I'm like, how are these jokers in jail making all this music and making all these music videos and still going? I don't understand how it's even happening. Like they getting pardoned, but this okay, you in jail, but you can still make music and stuff like that. We still gonna bring the studio. How is this happening? It blows my mind. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you got to think about it like this. Technology is so different now. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at Tory Lanez, he making albums over the phone.
Oh wow!
Like that last album he just dropped like a week ago. And he literally made the whole album over the phone. He said, and he spoke out about it, saying that him and his engineer, they went through countless trial and error of doing it before they could make it to where it sounded like regular home studio quality. But he doing it over the phone.
But see, that's dedication. And as an artist, it makes me just check myself. Like if Joker's going to jail and making tracks over the phone and this and that and finding ways to make music come out, ain't no excuse. You need to get in your grind. You making all this, ain't no excuse. So people who really grind it and really want it, gonna do what it takes to get that stuff out there. And it made me check myself. Like, yeah, you need to do a little better. You need to do a lot better, homie. You need to get it together for real.
Yeah, man. Don't be like I was, man. Like I for a long time I wasn't making music, but I was making people's music go to the right places, but I wasn't making music, which I got to a point where I felt like, all right, now you done waited too long and you done got too far along to make music. But then I had an epiphany. It was like, well, why am I too old to make music? I've been doing it my whole life, so why stop now?
Right.
That brought me back to the music. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm nonstop. You know what I'm saying? I'm always creating. I always got something in the works. Like I just dropped a project on the 4th of July.
Well, okay. Well, what's the project called?
It's called Timeless 2.
Okay. Make sure you put it out there so people watching and check you out and stuff like that. For real.
Yeah, it's Timeless 2. Deacon the DJ, Timeless 2. I dropped last at the end of last year in August. I dropped Affiliation, which was a joint project with me and Chulo Ramon.
Okay. Where can viewers, if they want to check the music out, where can they find your music at?
Oh man, you know me everywhere, literally everywhere. and the good thing about it is I'm the only Deacon the DJ in the world. So if you put it in, you only gonna find me.
Got you. Well, we're gonna put that out there definitely so people can check the music out and everything. So real quick, guys, we're getting close to the break mark. We're gonna take a 10-minute break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about Deadpool, Wolverine being number one movie in the world. And we're gonna talk about some hilarious stuff going on in the Olympics, man, because I've been watching the Olympics. I'm like, this is crazy, all that stuff going on. But with that being said, Deacon, Mandy, hold off, go to the bathroom, get something to eat, take 10 minutes, chill out, and then 10 minutes we'll be back to continue the conversation, all right? Also, real quick, if you want to support Conversation T-Horne and Uncool, you can support us by sharing on YouTube, Facebook, or sending us a donation at $TDA Uncool, so our Cash App. With that being said, let's go and hit this break. We'll be back.
Oh no, I have a dental appointment coming up. I'm so nervous.
It's time for the Dental Diva.
Dental anxiety is very common. I'm going to give you 4 tips to help you with dental anxiety. Number 1, always review your doctor before going in when you're trying to find a new dentist. Google reviews are the best way. 2, once you get there, do not be afraid to ask any questions. If they're not willing to answer the questions, run! Number 3, bring in ear pods. It'll help you relax so much more. Bring in your favorite music. I'm a Jill Scott fan. Number 4, do your part at home. Make sure you're keeping up with your own oral hygiene by brushing and flossing. It makes the visit easier.
Contact Lynn Weaver, the Dental Diva, at smartsmilesllc@gmail.com. All roads lead to St. Mary's, Georgia. It's time for the 8th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat. Get the car packed. Book your flight to Jacksonville, Florida. Get your bus ticket. Hotel group rates are only available until August 15th. Don't leave your pets at home. And kids 17 and under, you can bring them for free. Pack your bags. Wake up. Don't sleep on this one. Contact the hotel directly and ask for the BBB 2024 group rate. Visit Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar on Facebook or search for Georgia on My Mind Weekend Retreat. Call 407-914-6519 for more information And did we tell you about the film festival Saturday night? Oh, you don't want to miss this weekend retreat. Send an email to boldbeautiful@gmail.com.
Are you ready to improve your health? The immune system is the body's first line of defense against germs and diseases that make us sick. Studies have shown the ingredients in this cutting-edge supplement help strengthen the immune system's ability to fight illnesses, diseases, and abnormal cell growth. Our 100 milligram helps to maintain good overall health, and the 500 milligram is for those with the more serious health challenges. Superimmune support may also help the immune system fight symptoms of high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, and respiratory issues. This product can boost energy levels, aid with better sleep, and much more. Check out the testimonies and experience the awesome power of Superimmune support today. www.dfcmarket.com.
First, we invited you to save the date for the 8th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat coming to St. Mary's, Georgia. Yep, the phones are ringing. Come shop with our vendors, Unique Creation, Ms. Walker with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and many more. We're excited to introduce you to our featured fashion show designer. Affordable airport transportation is being provided by Towns Enterprise Services, LLC, and our premier sponsor is returning to teach us about AMBA. Special guest performance by T-Horne, the Uncool.
You got your eyes on me, I can see them. Now you're on Facebook, but I can delete your eye, put you on the block. I keep nothing secret, so now I gotta choose what kind of meal I'm a future boy.
Get your tickets today for only $10. Send a cash app to 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519 for the cash app. Or come on out and join us. 407-914-6519. I see you looking.
I still can't get over that. I still can't get over Angie doing that. I see you looking at the end. Angie, you snuck that in on me. I still can't get over you saying I see you looking at the end. But it's all good. Welcome back to Conversations with T-Horne, the Uncool. It's your host, yours truly, T-Horne, the Uncool. We are having a good conversation about current events, things going on right now. It is August 13th, 2024. There's a lot of things been going on in the world today. We talk about from the president. We talked about being released from prison and the effect that's happening in the Caribbean community. And now we're going to go deeper into two other topics that are really big and been going on in the world today. But first, let's invite our guests back on, Rugal Mandy and Deacon the DJ. Rugal, we got you back.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure Deacon will pop up when he's ready. So, with that being said, Mandy, now it's time. So, go ahead and throw the Rastafarian Caribbean flag to the side. It's time to get into nerd mode. You know, we've been waiting on this for a while. So, for those who don't know, me and Mandy are really good friends. We're a mutual friend I met through my wife and stuff like that. And the funny thing about how we connected is because we realized, like, oh, okay, Deacon's back. Okay. Welcome back, man. So the reason we connected is because my wife and her connected through the Caribbean music and events, stuff like that. But me and her connected is because we're big nerds of comics and anime and things like that and everything. So I know she's been waiting for this little part of the conversation. Deacon, we invite you back on. Deacon, you seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet?
Of course.
Okay. Of
course.
All right, good. So
I'm ready now.
Yeah, I was supposed to go see it when the day it came out, but I had some unforeseen circumstances, so I had to set my wife and let her go ahead and see it, and then I saw it later on.
Oh man, you a good man, because my wife ain't seen no Marvel movie before me. I'm sorry. You're a good one, brother. I'm telling you. My wife already know. If I can't see the movie on the first day it come out, I'm gonna be mad because all social media been talking about it. All the spoilers gonna be released.
Right. Yeah. Them spoilers be killers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. Speaking on,
I told you I was trying to hold out.
Nah, you can't hold out.
I was trying to hold out.
You can't.
But I told you the only reason why I was trying to hold out is because I wanted to go on a date, and I had to sit there and watch this movie without my date. Now I gotta lie and act like I ain't see it.
You better hope your date never see this podcast.
He's not. I'm not even gonna send him the link. He's gonna be mad at me.
Right. With that being said, the reason I think this movie is so good because this is number one movie in the world right now, and I think they hit the $1 billion mark in this first week, which is like record breaking. But I think the reason this movie was so important, we'll go into details about it, but because ever since Avengers Endgame, the Marvel movies have been sucking into it so bad. It's like they didn't know, after Avengers Endgame, it's like they didn't know what to do. They had some good stuff like that. For me, I know they had the Spider-Man was it Spider-Man? Which one was it? Spider-Man? It's Homecoming.
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 Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi was good to me. I love Shang-Chi, which they need to do something with him. That was dope. And I like Doctor Strange too. It was okay. But a lot of stuff, like, they had some good things, like, Sam. You got Black Captain America now, you know what I'm saying? And, Loki was good and stuff like that. But everything else, from the She-Hulk to the Miss Marvel to the Moon Knight to the Ant-Man 3.
Whoa. Hold up.
Don't do too much on Quantumania.
Don't do too much on
Quantumania now.
I didn't like it. I'm sorry, I didn't like it.
Because Khan...
Kang.
Listen.
I give him that.
Man, Moon Knight was dope.
Listen.
What?
Listen.
Moon Knight was dope.
Moon Knight, okay. Moon Knight was okay. I'll give you Moon Knight. I'll give you Moon Knight. Moon Knight was dope. I just thought it was in the same time frame as Miss Marvel and She-Hulk and all that stuff. So it got caught up. It was guilty by association. I'll give Moon Knight, and Moon Knight is dope. And then the Marvel movie came out and all that stuff. I was like, what's going on?
I didn't even go watch that movie. I didn't watch that.
It was super trash.
Did you watch Morbius?
Morbius, that was trash too.
I didn't watch Morbius either. I haven't watched Morbius either.
The only reason why I watched it is because I'm waiting to see, because Morbius is associated with Blade. So right. I'm waiting to see if they're going to sit there and make that full connection. Like if you watch the end of the movie, it kind of feels like they're going to sit there and bring Wesley Snipes back a little bit more, makes you. It makes you think that they're going to sit there and bring it back a little bit more, but.
Well, you got Mahershala Ali play the new Blade.
Who?
Mahershala Ali, you know who that is?
I don't think I don't think he's going to be able to bring Blade like Wesley, and I think that's the problem.
That's why they can't get the Blade movie out there on his feet, and I think that's, since we're talking about Deadpool Wolverine, I think that's a big reason why they, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it, why they brought Blade back in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, because even the joke. There's only been one Blade, and Deadpool looks aside like, you don't know they bring somebody else in to play Blade, like, you know what I'm saying? But as that movie popped off, there's been a lot of play for Wesley Snipes to come back as Blade. I think that helped him in a big way.
Well,
Let's talk about the fact that Wesley Snipes actually broke the Guinness World Record for the longest character to have the biggest gap.
Yeah. He's the longest running character in the movie. But what you gonna say, Dick? I'm sorry, Dick, you was gonna say something?
I was just saying that Ryan Reynolds is one of the driving forces behind bringing him back as Blade again.
Mm-hmm. And see, he can do that because Ryan Reynolds, for people who don't know, Ryan Reynolds was a driving force. Like, he pushed for him to become Deadpool or stuff like that. He saw how bad his performance was in I think it was Wolverine Origins, but with the fans saying that he's probably the only one that can play Deadpool, and with them saying that he basically is Deadpool, he pushed that whole narrative for them to make a Deadpool movie, because they weren't gonna make a Deadpool movie. He pushed that and got the fans to support and all that stuff and everything. So if anybody can push Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade, it's gonna be him. Just like Channing Tatum being Gambit. You know, a lot of people don't know Channing Tatum was actually working on being in the Gambit movie and a solo movie, and they canceled it. And Ryan Reynolds went and got him and said, "No, we're gonna make Gambit happen. I'm gonna put you in my movie." And people talk crap about it, but I think he did an excellent job as Gambit. I think he sounded like him. I think he moved like him. Everything.
Yeah, because he overachieved on the accent.
Mm-hmm.
Like he overachieved on the accent. I was like, whoa.
Right.
I felt like I needed captions.
Yeah. Like he overachieved on the accent.
Listen to him talk in that movie reminded me of being a kid and watching the original X-Men series back in the day and hearing Gambit talk. That's how good Channing Tatum did that and everything. He was actually one of my favorite parts of the movie. You know, Elektra was good too, and I like the whole thing with Elektra, the joke they made talking about Daredevil, he died. It's like, it's okay. Going back to real life, they're divorced and they really can't stand each other or something like that. Like, I don't care, he's dead. It's fine. There's a lot of good points in that movie. Even the fact of them bringing Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, because after the last Wolverine movie, he's supposed to have retired the role of Wolverine. But Ryan Reynolds was able to bring him back and stuff like that. There's a lot more to it. Chris Evans, the guy who plays Captain America, coming back and playing his original role, the Human Torch. That was dope. There was so much in that movie.
The little girl.
Oh, X-23. Yeah. Laura. Yeah.
That was crazy. I was like, okay.
No, the thing, I ain't gonna lie, the thing that got me the most in that movie was when Deadpool met up with TVA and he had to go find Wolverine, and they were showing all the different variants of Wolverine from when they really picked out social media for that one, because the fact that they went comic book accurate and got a short Wolverine, then they got the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, they got the Henry Cavill, the fans wanted him to play, they got him to be a Wolverine. But I think my favorite one that a lot of people don't play into is that one scene where they had Wolverine in the yellow and brown outfit. And he was like, "Hey, isn't it the outfit you fought the Hulk in?" And then behind him, and you see the reflection of the Hulk behind him. That was really cool too. They really did a lot for that movie. It was really good, really good.
Yeah.
And it saved Marvel, because Marvel was going down. It was going down. It was going down. So with that being said, what
a little disappointing.
Man, you just saw, what was your favorite part of the movie?
First of all, I respected the opening credits, because you're gonna give my instinct their flowers. You know what I mean? That whole dead scene.
I didn't mention that. That was like literally one of the best parts of the movie.
Fact. I got a fun fact.
What's up?
Fun fact. I literally have a video of me singing "Bye Bye Bye" with Joey Fatone. He came in the karaoke one night.
What? That's crazy.
And you ain't call me?
Man. It was, and I'm talking about totally off the humbug. He came in and he was ordering food, and one of his representatives came up and was like, "Hey, Joy wants to come up and do a song," and I was like, "What? Let's do it." So then after he did the song, I was like, "Hey, we always close to bye bye bye, and you here." You mind doing it with me? He was like, "Let's do it."
What?
Yeah,
I would love to be there for that.
Nah, it's deep. I gotta get you on the podcast again, man, and talk about your experiences, DJ experiences like that and everything. But also, you gotta have that video ready so we can play it on the podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That'd be definitely. But that scene though. That scene, the fact that Deadpool knew the whole routine and was killing everybody with Wolverine bones, like, perfect way to start.
Jesus.
Like, I almost got up. I didn't see it in the movies, sadly. Had responsibilities to take care of and everything. So I sat on my laptop and watched it. And my wife, she was trying to watch it with me, but she was trying to. She killed me. She's trying to listen to music and watch the movie at the same time. I'm like, girl, you can't do that. Not doing this movie. You tripping.
Women can multitask now. It's men that have the selective hearing. We can hear everything. Remember, we got to sit there and pay attention to what we're doing and pay attention to the children. So.
Ain't no
Well,
multitasking.
I mean, I didn't see it in the movies either. I watched it. I literally watched it while I was on the road. I was on the road coming back from Michigan, driving back here, and when I
were you
watched
doing
it,
events and stuff like that? Will you come back to
no, I had a funeral that I had to go to Michigan for. So when I went, like I said, when I went, I had to end up sending my wife because I had already paid for tickets and everything. So I sent her to go see the movie. So on the way, when I was driving on the way back, I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and watch the movie. She already saw it.
Yeah. So the fact is the number one movie.
So that's how I ended up watching it on the road.
Got you. It's the number one movie in the world right now. Like I don't think anybody expected the movie to do this good. Like it made billions within this first week. Opening day, it set records and stuff like that. Question one, so I'm gonna have a couple questions for you guys. Do y'all think this movie itself has what it takes to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I believe that this movie is actually a stepping stone for Marvel to make a comeback.
Okay.
Like I don't believe this movie itself saves the universe, but it is the stepping stone for the movies that's going to come after to save the universe.
I can agree with that. Because now it's setting up where I feel like all them characters we missed out on because of copyright issues, Fox, Sony, Universal, or whatever, that we couldn't use. Like they couldn't use the X-Men, they couldn't use the Fantastic Four, they couldn't say the word mutant and all that stuff and everything. Heck, for a while before Sony made that deal, they couldn't even use Spider-Man. So the fact that now that movie kind of set up where, okay, not only are we tying all the Fox movies and stuff into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and doing this multiverse thing, we're letting it be seen now. We got all our characters back and we can use them and stuff now. So I think that's a good step forward. What about you, Mandy? You think Deadpool Wolverine saved the Marvel Universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I think it definitely adds that step that it needs, especially with the incorporation of the TVA. Because remember, the TVA was associated with Loki. And if you're familiar with the comic version of the Infinity Wars, now you remember the entire Marvel series, all the characters were actually in the original Infinity Wars. The way how everything was set up before, first of all, Nebula is the one that, spoiler, Nebula is the one that killed Thanos.
Took over there. I think she got the Infinity, got the Thanos, right? And then did her thing. I remember that.
And she was the one that actually took out her dad. But in a sense, it kind of, because they incorporated the Avengers with Deadpool, so now they're finally introducing the X-Men to the Avengers. So now they're finally intertwining the Marvel series. So where we were so separated before, where it's always just X-Men over here, you never really see them mixing and mingling with, Elektra, Blade, anybody else. You don't see them incorporating, like you see, we would never knew that Deadpool was in love with Thor. You don't see that connection. Now they're forcing that connection now to where they can actually have more of a broader aspect of future movies. Because now you can incorporate the X-Men or a certain X-Man or X-Woman into the next Avengers movie, or have them all come together, because we're officially in the multiverse now. We're in phase 5 now, right?
Yeah. Right.
So right now they're working on phase 5 and phase 6. So who's to sit there and say that they're done with the script for one of the movies that probably later on, I'll sit there and say phase 6, to where they can finally incorporate Deadpool into the Avengers. They can finally incorporate Wolverine and Deadpool further down the line. They can finally actually get a chance to bring everybody further in.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of the perfect stepping stone.
Got you. Agreed. So I got this though, and this is a side note. But after Deadpool Wolverine came out, they had I think it was San Diego Comic-Con. I believe it was San Diego Comic-Con, where they announced the slate that. That now that Deadpool Wolverine is doing so good, this was happening with Marvel and stuff like that. You know, they showed the Fantastic Four trailer. They showed the Captain America 4, where you got the Black Captain America fighting the Red Hulk and stuff like that. They were just showing a lot of stuff that's happening. But the main thing that caught everybody's attention, I know this ain't nothing to do with Deadpool Wolverine, but we're talking about Marvel, was Robert Downey Jr. coming back to play Dr. Doom.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like they pulled that
wild.
Like I'm trying. So I guess the thing is with me, I feel like it was a good business move. Because definitely, Robert Downey Jr. started the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man.
Well, that was a play on feelings.
Yeah, of course.
That was a play on feelings. They like, you know what, the Marvel, not everybody is missing him as a character. Period. Right. Whether he was in the Iron Man form, the Tony Stark form, or whatever, everybody is missing him as a character. So they felt like, you know what, we could make this work and bring him back as Doom. And basically, you know what I'm saying, they already know that he is the draw. Right. For whatever that movie is going to look like. He's the draw.
I guess the only thing with me is, it's like, I understand. Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor. He's actually one of my top 10 favorite actors. The man is talented all the way around. But I guess the thing with me is like, yeah, I know he could be a Dr. Doom. He could be an awesome Dr. Doom. But, and I know they're going to try to tie it into the multiverse theory. And they got this one story where Dr. Doom and Iron Man switch bodies. And I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to pull something about their butt from the comic books. I know they're going to make it work. But my thing is just, why not just bring him back as Iron Man and get a new Doom? Because I'm pretty sure if you would have made an announcement that, hey, Iron Man is back alive, or this is burying the Iron Man, people would have been excited. You know what I'm saying?
They're not going to do that, because remember, his daughter now is supposed to be taking over as Iron Man. That's what the Iron Man 4 movie is going to be about. It's going to be about Morgan sitting there stepping up. Gotcha. And also, what I forgot the girl's name from Black Panther 2, the one who actually built it.
Ironheart.
Yeah. So it's going to be more based off of them. So it's like you have to sit there and kill off a character to sit there and build something new in order to sit there and keep the series going, because you have to show that there's a legacy for Iron Man. They're not going to bring him back. They're going to sit there and have the same way how Howard Stark sat there and, had the videos and everything else to sit there and encourage Tony to keep going in order to sit there and do all the things that he needed to do. It's going to be the same aspect, but towards his daughter.
I feel like, I also feel like Marvel has been leaving a lot of money on the table. I feel like they've been leaving a lot of money on the table, because there's a lot of stories that's going untold that they could be telling and making more money off of. Even if they would have did a story about what's the chick's name that was Black Panther's that was Black Panther's love interest, the chick that he was in love with, that he went to go.
The one with the hat in the movie had the son.
The one for the River Tribe.
Right. If they would have told, because remember, he went to go get her from being on a mission. In the beginning of Black Panther, when right after he went to go tell her that his father had passed. Yeah. But during the midst of all of that, him bringing her back and and her being intertwined into that movie, a lot of people started gravitating to wanting to know what her story was.
What the mission was, what was she doing?
Right. Like what was she out there doing? So they literally could have made a movie directly about her at the time, especially wrapped in, encompassing that time frame from doing Black Panther. They could have made a movie about her, like not necessarily right after that movie, but in between that and Black Panther 2.
Right.
They could have kept the revenue coming in, because people would have went to go see that because of their interest in the character.
Right. Speaking of Black Panther, you just brought something to my attention, Deacon. as you guys know, Captain America 4 is coming out. And, we got Sam Wilson as Captain America. And we got General Thunderbolt Ross, the guy who's been chasing the Hulk his whole life. He's going to be president of the United States now. And he's turning into the Red Hulk in the movies that everybody's excited about. But the only thing is, the guy who originally played General Thaddeus Ross, Thunderbolt Ross, William Hurt, passed away. So they brought Harrison Ford in to continue playing that role so the story can continue on. It caused a lot of drama with that happening because it's like, okay, boom, you guys recast General Thunderbolt Ross, but you guys couldn't recast the Black Panther.
No, that's not the same. That's
not what I'm saying.
Okay. So here's the thing. Here's my thing on that. Mm-hmm. I think them not First of all, I do believe that was a mistake, not recasting. But at the same time, I understand what they knew that with him dying at the height of that character, it would be almost nearly impossible for anybody to come in and play that character
the way he did. Yeah,
regardless of how good they play it, it would be hard for them to overshadow him dying at the height of that character.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman really owned that role too,
right? For him to die at the peak of that character's existence, that killed off the character, because it's like there's nobody who can come by and like, it's just like if somebody has a significant other that passes away, and then they get a new significant other. That new significant other is never gonna beat the ghost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna beat the ghost. Yeah, it's just something that's never gonna happen. You're never gonna beat the ghost. And it's the same thing with that character. Nobody would be able to come in and play that character and beat the ghost. Everybody is the whole criticizing of that movie is gonna be
based off, can you be better than Chadwick was?
Exactly.
Right.
What if they was to change the narrative and actually stick to the comic version side, where they sat there, and not now because it's so soon, but further down the line, because you see our version of Black Panther now was with Lupita. Now, what if they actually further down the line, whether they do a series or do another movie, like they keep redoing the Fantastic Four, actually had Black Panther with Storm?
Well, I mean, one only thing I'm gonna say about that is that, with each generation, all they do is redo the movies again for the following generation. So I'm sure at some point there's going to be another Spider-Man. At some point there's going to be another Black Panther. At some point there's going to be another Captain America. Like, the only thing they do is renew those same characters for that next generation who don't know nothing about.
But do you think that
Chadwick was?
I was about to say, do you think that they'll hold that new actor if they sit there and do a remake to the same standards as Chadwick Boseman?
I think so.
Only the older people.
Yeah.
Only the older people. The kids and everything that's gonna go see the movie not gonna know nothing about Chadwick.
That's right. I agree with that. Because
that's exactly why they're gonna be pushing it. Because I mean, if you think about it, they had already made plenty of Hulk, of the Incredible Hulk stuff back in the 70s and 80s.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But now when our generation come up and they got I forgot my man's name, but they got
Lou Ferrigno.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had Lou Ferrigno, and then they brought in the guy that playing Hulk now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we didn't judge him off of, okay, is he gonna play him as good as Lou Ferrigno did?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a whole new generation. So it's like that new generation is watching it for the first time.
Like, that's a good point you made. Because even right now, I remember, I'm gonna use the two main ones that get replaced all the time: Batman and Superman. The first Batman I ever seen was Michael Keaton, and Batman Returns. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about Adam West and all that stuff. I knew Michael Keaton. That was my Batman. My pops and everybody else was like, well, we comparing him to, Adam West. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at these Batman now. I'm looking at Ben Affleck. I'm looking at Robert Pattinson. I'm like Christian Bale. I'm like, y'all never be good as Michael Keaton. I don't care what y'all do. Michael Keaton was Batman. You know what I'm saying? But to my son, he's all like, hey, Ben Affleck, that was Batman for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, see where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, it's the generational thing. Yeah, it's the generational thing. They make a new they bring a new character in, a new person to play that character for each generation, and that generation that's their person.
Right. So I can see that. So down the line, I could probably see them being another Black Panther and stuff like that. So let's get back on topic. We're going to change it a little bit. Since you're talking about changing characters and stuff like that and everything, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool Wolverine, right? Two things that stand out from that conversation. First of all, Hugh Jackman, only dude ever to play Wolverine, right? Until we saw, this movie and they had the little variants and they say Henry Cavill and all that stuff and everything. And then they talked about the dude from Harry Potter playing Wolverine. They talked about what's the boy name from what's the movie called? No, what's the movie called? Oh, Lord, I'm slipping. The movie called where it's like a British movie. They spies. Samuel L. Jackson was the bad guy in the first one.
Where they sit there and say Oxford.
They wear the suits. They're real nice.
I know what you're talking about. My brain.
And the boy was young, but he got brought into
the boy's name was. They call him Eggy. Eggy. The boy's name is Eggy.
Kingsman. Yeah.
The boy who played Eggy. So that Taylor Egerton, I think his name is, or something like that. I could be wrong. Don't crucify me if I'm wrong. But they even had talks about him playing Wolverine at one point. But when it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying? Wolverine ended up, even after retirement, ended up being Hugh Jackman. Ryan Reynolds, only dude ever to play Deadpool. Do y'all think down the line they ever get other people to play Wolverine or Deadpool?
They're going to have to, because they're going to want the new generation to have a Wolverine and a Deadpool.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to. They're going to have to have. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to usher in the next echelon of those actors that's going to play them.
Shout out to Terrence C. Warwood. That's Love Reigns. Hey, Love Reigns. Thank you for watching. That's my dog, Love Reigns. She watching the podcast, and I got to shout out. Love you. But hold on. So real quick.
I feel like it would be easier.
Go ahead, Mandy.
I feel like it would be easier to sit there and find a new Wolverine than it would be for a new Deadpool, because you have to have that type of energy and attitude because Ryan Reynolds is naturally like that anyway. I don't know if you follow his tweets between him and his wife, but he's naturally like Deadpool minus the killing.
So it's funny
it suits him because it is his personality.
It's funny that you said that. I saw a meme today and it threw me off so much, but it made sense. They said it's funny Ryan Reynolds is the only person ever played Deadpool. Like you said, he is Deadpool. But somebody put a meme and said there's only one other person in this entire world that could possibly play Deadpool. Now I say I agree. Have y'all seen the American Pie movies?
Yeah.
Y'all know who Stifler is?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The only other dude in history that could possibly play Deadpool is him. I was like, I gotta see that.
Yeah, after watching him in the rundown, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. The guy plays stuff, but he's the only
definitely.
Thanks for checking out.
Definitely.
Tempest Live Temple. Thank y'all for joining us in Temple and watching. We appreciate that. We really appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that with after him playing that character in the rundown. Yeah, he definitely got that type of comedy and all that.
Yeah, he's funny. He's very, and it's sarcastic. How sarcastic he is, and the fact that he gets in so much trouble in all movies. Just even in American Pie, I can see it. But we getting. I know we having a nerd moment, but we got to move on, y'all, to the last topic of tonight. These Olympics, man, Jesus.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, y'all. Mandy, have you watched any of the Olympics?
I have not been following the Olympics, but my housemates have been following, and they sit there and been telling me about what was going on, and I've seen stuff on Facebook. If I talk
Yes.
about anything, I'm gonna talk about the breakdance, and I'm gonna tell you that now.
So
Man.
it's a bunch of foolishness. First of all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I personally have not been watching the Olympics because I'm trying to handle some of my stuff in personal life, so like anything. But social media, co-workers talking and this and that. You hear about everything that's going on, and then you got to go back and check it out for yourself. So man, that breakdance, what's the girl name? Rachel Gunn or Ray Gunn
From
I don't know
Australia.
what that was. All that made me question was like, what did you have to do to qualify? Like, if that's the performance you gave, what do you have to do to qualify? Like, if that's the case, I could qualify for the breakdance Olympics. You know what I'm saying?
Man, bruh.
And then I said, and read her interview. She's from Australia and everything, right? She represents Australia. She said when she went to the breakdance, her style was in the spirit of the kangaroo. And I was like,
hey, she definitely came out with that kangaroo hop.
Because she was definitely doing a lot of this.
Man.
Oh man, she came out with that kangaroo hop. That was hilarious.
But I look at it, it was funny. I ain't like it was funny, but at the same time, I felt a lot of disrespect with that too. Because when I was younger, I used to be into the pop lock and the breakdance and all that stuff and everything. And I remember back in the day when I was in high school and You Gotta Serve, Stomp the Yard, the Step Up movies, them were big deals, like really big deals in the dance community and stuff like that. And when we talk about Olympics, go ahead.
So listen, I grew up in a dance community, like literally, like where I'm from in Flint, the 80s and 90s were strictly about dance crews, dance battles. Like we had two things that was very prominent in our culture in Flint back in those days, and it was dancing and skating. And the biggest skate rink in our city was a skate rink called CLC, and that skate rink had both in the same night. It was from 7 to 11. So from 7 to 9 it would be a dance, and then from 9 to 11 it would be skating. The amount of sustain that I had watching those dancers was horrific. Like I was like, I would kill 90% of these dancers that I'm watching right now, and I only even right now I dance one time a year on my birthday, and even with me dancing only one time a year right now, I still killed 90% of the people that was in that competition.
So, viewers, word of advice, man, to you too. Everybody got to find what Deacon's birthday is, because that's the one day we got to record this man dancing. So one time it's a holiday, you got to catch it.
Let me go check Facebook and see if he put his birthday up there.
An event on the Jacksonville events. But I remember, first of all, I went to Douglas Anderson School of Arts. I was a visual artist, but I kind of dabbled in dance and stuff like that. So I knew all the dances like that. I got people coming to this day. I'm old, and I told them, man, you still dance? Like, no, I don't dance no more. I remember it was so big with me. I remember going to Reebok High School my senior year, and it was a guy named Earl Nichols. First of all, shout out to Earl, because Earl is supposed to be the whoop champion of all of Jacksonville.
Yeah, definitely.
They shout out to him. Definitely. It was Earl. I remember my homeboy Sterling, and I remember we used to always be dancing and battling each other. I remember we battled each other in the talent show and everything. And the effort we put in to learning them moves, to coming up with clever stuff, to do stuff that nobody else was doing. For me to hear that breakdancing was part of the Olympics, I'm like, whoa, they put breakdancing Olympics. These must be like some real top tier dancers. And when I seen that crap, they exhibited, No wonder they ain't putting the breakdance in the next Olympics. They said they canceled it out in 2028. Period.
Well, here's the thing, so even right now, I'm still real big into dance. Even though I don't dance as much or like I used to, I'm still very big into dance. So I still watch like a lot of the breaking competitions and a lot of the dance competitions.
Well, real quick, shout out to Tony Smith too. There's a guy had Justin named Tony Smith. He's cold. He's real cold. I don't want to shout him out real quick too. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So even with me as I'm watching, I'm thinking, okay, where's B-Boy Jr. and where is like I'm thinking of dancers. You know what I'm saying? Even I forgot my man real name, but the dude that played Moose. He's a super dope. He's a super dope break dancer.
So good.
Yeah. So I'm just
every step of he was in, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, it's crazy.
Even Chris Brown. Chris Brown is best representative for dancing. Mad Chad, the way his isolations and pop locking and stuff like that. There are so many people that could have been in that competition. So it's like they just let anybody who said they could dance get in it.
But it's still old school breakers that's in New York that would have went and turned that whole thing upside down.
This is.
I want to know how did because you have to do trials to get into the Olympics, right?
That's what I'm saying.
What were the trials for breakdancing?
Right.
How did
what qualify you to be in the Olympics for that? Okay, right. So let me move on from that because I've been talking about that all night. I also disappointed with that one, but there's so much other stuff that happened that's crazy in the Olympics. First of all, the poll voter, the poll voting, the guy who now you take the stick and you dig it in the ground, and you propel yourself over the pole. The guy, I forgot his name, but the guy who got disqualified from the gold medal because his thing hit the pole. Talk about his balls were too big and he hit the pole and he got disqualified. You hear that? I couldn't believe it. They say his jump was too big.
As a meme on Facebook.
Right.
Wait, so he got disqualified for having a big ego? That's crazy.
Yeah. Couldn't get the gold medal because his balls were too big and they hit the pole. I was like,
what? Yo, that's crazy.
You can't make this stuff up. Like, the Olympics is crazy this year. What else happened? And the boy, Noah, what's his name? Noah, the boy who
Noah Lyles.
Yeah. So he lost his race because he caught COVID. All of a sudden, I was talking. I mean, I listen. The kid is amazing. He fast. The boy fast now. I give it to him. Got the gold medals like that, everything. But when you start talking about that trash about the NBA and this and that and everything, and then you finally after you talk about that trash, you lose your race, and then talk about it's because I got COVID. Like, no, buddy, you shouldn't have talked about that junk.
Yeah. At that point, you got to suck it up.
Yeah.
You gotta suck it up. You gotta suck it up.
Like the NBA gonna come up your head because the NBA is what little spots the NBA gave. They're like, oh yeah, we play for gold over here. I don't know what you got going on or something like that. And there was this one, and then
man, shout out to the 16-year-old Wilson.
Yeah, definitely. Yes,
shout out to the 16-year-old. Imagine going back home to go to school a week after winning the gold medal.
Yeah, in high school.
You the
man. Right. And there was something else that happened that was crazy.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm wearing my medal at least half of the year.
The target.
That's getting thrown into my school uniform.
Straight up.
Man.
Terry, let's talk about the target shooting.
So I'm gonna say this.
The Turkish guy.
I'm gonna say this though. That target shoot was clean because the way they was looking like straight anime cartoons with the little patch over their eyes, stuff like that, and shooting a pistol. Oh, that was clean. That was clean.
Not even that. The Turkish dude who wasn't even dressed up, he didn't put the special glasses on or nothing. He just put his hands in his pocket and aimed and shot.
Yeah, he was a gangster. And there was something about
that man was a hired assassin.
Hey man, so
That
word to
man
the wise,
he was 007.
right? Word to the wise. I'm trying
For
to tell you,
real.
got straight killers out there. Turkey got straight killers. What else? Shakari did her thing. Shout out to Shakari. Simone did her thing. She did her thing.
Simone did more than her thing. She did her thing. We think. She thinks. They think. She did everything.
Yeah,
Simone is. To me, she's the most flawless. She reminds me of Dominique Dawes.
Okay, yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see that. With that also being said, let's shout the USA period because right now we got the most medals. We got 100.
Man, Simone Biles is one of them people who will never be. She's like one of them people who will never be duplicated. Like,
yeah,
you know, there's certain people that come around only for one time, and I believe that that's her. Like, she's just one of them people who she is so, because it'd be different if she was like trying hard, but you can tell she don't even try hard. She just get up there and do it.
She's the one. She will forever now be the one everybody's compared to. Like how everybody compared when you're boxing, you compare it to Muhammad Ali. Basketball, you compare it to Michael Jordan. She's that for gymnastics. And
Yeah, definitely.
Even if somebody breaks her records, she will still be the standard of what greatness is in gymnastics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the thing is, she's got what six or seven things that's named after her now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so she's the only person who has done these moves. Right. So like, it's like, you know, after that, you know, it'll take a lot to be anywhere close to what she is. My
thing is this:
what she did, a triple quadruple in one of the dance segments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's crazy.
My thing is this: how does it feel to go to the Olympics and the only record you got to break is your own? You know what I'm saying? How does that feel? What record did I break? Oh, mine. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hold on. Here's something that hasn't really been touched on. This is one of the most interesting facts that I was paying attention to. Carl Lewis's fastest time is slower than the slowest person's time at this Olympics.
Wow. So you said his time is slower than the slowest person's time. So everybody.
Carl Lewis's fastest time that he recorded during his stint in the Olympics, and remember, he was the fastest man on the planet for years and years and years. His fastest time is slower than the slowest person's time in this Olympics.
That shows progression over the years. That's like just like you said. That's like the people comparing Michael Jordan and LeBron James, when people's like Jordan, ain't nobody better than Michael Jordan. But I understand where you're coming from. But LeBron James basically almost broken every record Michael Jordan has ever set. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like you see the progression with time because people are training harder, technology is different, stuff like that. They have a leg up. You know what I'm saying? So these people are real deal superheroes in the Olympics these days. Like for real.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Definitely. We got a lot going on. But I just can't wait to see. Oh, let's talk about one thing real quick. We got a couple minutes left for the show's over. Snoop Dogg. He's just been all over the Olympics.
Man, listen, Snoop has transcended into a icon. No, he's worse than that. He's a living legend.
Yeah. Because he does so much. He's no longer known as just Snoop Dogg the rapper. This man has done everything. This man for you to be a gangster rapper, and now you in the Olympics, you open up the Olympics, you best friends with Martha Stewart. You done different types of music, different genres of music. You got your own wine, your own clothes. You know what I'm saying? You the spokesperson for getting weed legalized. Right. And then you promoting family and so that you a family man. Like Snoop Dogg really is like you say, he's transcended. He's done what most I can't even say most rappers, most celebrities aspire to be. You know, a multi-talented, multifunctional celebrity, because most people are just, okay, you're just a music artist, or okay, you're just a movie star. Snoop Dogg is everything and can do everything.
Listen, Snoop Dogg is this generation's Michael Jackson.
Oh man, hey man, you said a lot with that one. You said a lot now. You said a lot with that one. As far as what he is doing, as far as his accomplishments, because when you say Michael Jackson,
right? But I'm talking about his prowess. His aura. He has transcended. Like Mike had got to the point where he transcended a past being an entertainer and an artist and all of that, where he was like, it was just, hey, that's Michael Jackson,
right?
You know, like nobody was like, that's Michael Jackson the singer, or that's Michael Jackson the dancer. It's like, yeah, that's Michael Jackson. Do anything, do everything.
And it's crazy. I can't think of not one. I've never heard a person in my life, 36 years of life, I've never heard a person say, I don't like Snoop Dogg. He's loved by the entire world, like for real, for real. So you make a good point with that. Good point. And everybody, it's funny because I remember, like, it's pretty popular and pretty accepted now, but people have always been against smoking weed, right? The thing is, Snoop Dogg is such a high status. He the only one nobody judged him about smoking weed. For him, it's just okay. Because he's Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying?
You see the pin that they gave him for the Olympics is him blowing out the circles for the Olympic symbol.
Yeah.
They regard him so much that they gave him that.
That's good.
So imagine.
Right, we're in the last 5 minutes of the show, guys. Real quick, I want you guys to give your information again for the viewers. Tell about any events you got going on, things you do, so the guys can follow you on and you can get networking and promotion out and everything. So, Mandy, you want to go first? Ladies first.
Okay, well, my Facebook is Rude Girl Mandy, the DJ. So just like Deacon, the DJ, the DAD DJ. I'm currently coming out of retirement as a DJ. I haven't really been playing for the last year and a half. I actually took a break for personal reasons, but I'm starting to come back out. So once I sit there and start dropping flyers, if you follow me, you'll know where I'll be at, and hopefully you'll come outside and support. If you want to come outside and hang out with the Caribbean community, we're a fun bunch of people. We like to have fun. So also my other handle, my Instagram handle is Mandylocks, MANDYLOCX. As I said before, I'm also a cosmetologist. So if you need your hair done, the locks retwisted, you need some braids, hit me up, let me know.
Good stuff. Deacon, go ahead and give your info, boss man.
I am Deacon the DJ on everything. Deacon the DJ on Instagram, Deacon the DJ on Facebook, Deacon the DJ on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, wherever you choose to find your streaming pleasures. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of music, and then I'm dropping some more music in the next maybe month and a half, 2 months. I got another project we're about to do Affiliation Volume 2. So be looking out for that. I am at the Real Ting every Friday. I've been at Real Ting every Friday for the past 9 years.
That's what's up.
Yes, so I'm at Real Ting every Friday. I'm at D's Lounge every Sunday from 5 to 9. We're doing a karaoke happy hour over there. So just and then Saturdays I'm kind of wherever the wind blows, wherever the check goes. Is where I'm at on Saturday. So if you need a DJ for your wedding, your party, your bar mitzvah, your divorce party, they definitely do graduation. Yeah, anything, just hit me up and we'll talk numbers. Please don't hit me with the one of the main things I hate when they hit you up and be like, I'm kind of on a budget, but I paid $9,000 for the photographer, and I paid $10,000 for the venue, but I got $300 for you. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I will not negotiate with terrorists. But yeah, other than that, man, on the August the 25th, I want to say August the 25th at I can't even remember the name of the place. At yep, you're gonna have to catch my page for but we're doing gaps. Gaps is that breaks down to a good ass poetry show. My man Moses West is the host.
Oh, I love him. Moses been on the podcast. Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah, so make sure y'all pull up for that. It is we're doing the cowboy theme this go around. The feature is none other than Masterpiece and the Few Fellas Brass Band. So yeah, that is August the 24th. And it is at what's the name of the club? Why they don't put the name of the club on the flyer though? Oh, Eclipse. It's at Eclipse. So 4129 St. John's Avenue, Eclipse, on August the 25th. That's a Sunday, and we usually in there at 8, and we're usually out by 12. You know, so everybody's still having enough time to go home and catch a little cat nap before work on Monday.
Gotcha. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys. With that being said, this has been Conversation with T-Horne, the Uncool. Deacon, Mandy, thank y'all for being on here. I'd love to connect with y'all outside of this and everything. But with that being said, we got to wrap it up. So y'all know how we do it. We out of here. Be blessed and be uncool.
Don't judge me until you know me. Don't underestimate me until you challenge me. And don't talk about me until you talk to me. Or better yet, mind your business and stop minding mine.
Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, my name coming out must taste good if you keep it in your mouth. Got something must for you if you go down south. I'm just playing. What the heck you talking about, huh? Why you worry about who I wanna date, huh? Why on the main course on your plate, huh? Why everything concerning me gotta turn to be argument or debate, huh? Is he a Christian religion? Has he forsaken? He just was dating her. How many women he dating? Had another kid? That nigga don't know when to stop. I heard he smoking, getting high. Boy, that fell from the top. See what I learned. Is your concern? It's all about me. Y'all gossiping made me look at y'all like female dolls in heat. But let's make something concrete. I'm seasoned, yes indeed. Y'all must like the recipe, cause y'all all on my meat. Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, haters try to diss me, they love me, but they dismiss me. Play hard, but acting sissy. They lies be so convincing, and exes get jealous quickly. They won't admit that they miss me. They hate that I moved on, so use my children against me just to keep up the talk. People peep on my wall just to keep tabs on my flaws, just to keep me involved. Doing everything they ask me, but that ain't enough. I'm on everybody's tongue and everybody on my jump. His rap career won't take off. That nigga ain't hard, he really soft. Try to see his page, but I'm blocked. He was living for Jesus, then he stopped. He get girls just to knock him off. He lies, the truth ain't what he taught. I be so close to popping off, but then I realize I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh.
My whole life, I lived it based off of other people's opinions. They judge what I do, what I say, how I think, and I judge my whole life based off their interpretations. But now I got to the point where I realized my life is my own. I'm the only one that can live it. So, if you got an opinion, keep it to yourself. Come and live how I see fit.
I'm the topic of conversations. Yeah, I'm in rotation. Gossip about. Keep my name out their mouth. Oh.